What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chazz Ellis once again answering the questions that you asked me. Make sure you go to the ChazzEllisProject.com if you want to get a consultation, or if you want to ask a quick question, or if you just want to make a donation to keep us going. I appreciate all y'all who've been making donations, who've been getting the quick questions, and also getting the consultations and everything like that. It helps keep me going. Also, I learn more from you guys also when I talk to you. So thanks for that. Appreciate y'all. You know, y'all big supporters. Y'all the real MVPs. Anyway. Also, you can go to Ask Chazz Ellis on Facebook if you want to check out some of the stuff we're doing. Checking out some of the Chazz tags, the questions that I ask you, and also some of the videos and the quotes that I post. Anyway, a question that I've been getting from a lot of women has been, you know, what's up with these dudes who just never marry you? What's up with some of these guys who just waste your time? You be with them for 5, 6, 7 years, and they never want to get married to you. Well, what a lot of women don't realize about men is a lot of times men will disqualify you for marriage and will never tell your ass. They would just waste 10 and sometimes 12. I know there was one lady who I had a consultation with that she had about 20 years of her life wasted by this dude who she thought was going to marry her. And, you know, I had to keep it real with her and just say, you know, that's just not going to happen. But, you know, and this is the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to help you to avoid that. Now, I know some women are going, why can't they just be real men and tell me that they don't want to marry me? I don't know. You know, people don't want to tell you that sometimes. That really doesn't matter. What I'm trying to tell you is how to figure out that this is what's going on and how to figure out what things disqualify you so you don't have to deal with that and you cannot waste your time. We can't control anybody else, but we can control ourselves and put ourselves in the best position. All right. So we're just going to get right into it. These are 5 things that'll make him never want to marry you. 5 things that make a guy totally change his mind about you and decide not to marry you. Number 1 is disloyalty. Now, certain things will happen in a guy's life. You have to understand the mentality of a man. For the most part, men don't really think about getting married, especially not when you're talking about men in the upper echelon, because the guys who want to get married pretty much already are, or they're already engaged to somebody. Usually the guys who are really focused on trying to get married are guys who have a lot of trouble finding women if they're, you know, and they want to be rescued from that situation. They're usually not guys with women lined up around the corner. They're usually guys who, you know, have trouble with women in general. I know some dudes out there will probably get mad at me and be like, thumbs down on this video. But that's just the real. Most of the time, the guys who really are trying to get married are usually guys who just struggle with women in general. So what you're going to run into with guys is most of the time, if it's a top-notch guy, he could either get married or he only doesn't want to, or he only wants to marry a specific woman. That's usually how it works. So with those guys, if you show some level of disloyalty, what often happens is you've lost out on that guy completely. Because he doesn't want a woman when he's up. He wants a woman that's going to be there for him when he's down. Because there's a line of women around the corner who want to be with some good-looking dude who's got money. I mean, let's be real. You know, there's a line of women who want to be around somebody like that. So if that's the kind of guy you have to understand that he wants you to be there when he's not up, when he's doing bad. So if something happens, like say he goes to a club, gets drunk, and punches a bouncer in the face, gets arrested. If you don't come up with the bail money or try to help him get out, I know you're probably like, well, he went to jail. I shouldn't have to help him get out of jail. I totally understand that. But that's a situation where you want to walk away most likely because you've probably disqualified yourself from ever getting married to this dude. Just being real with you. So I'm not saying that you got to bail that dude out, but I'm saying from here on out, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to waste 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years out of your time in your life and then realize that, oh, I got disqualified because I didn't seem like I was loyal enough to him, you know, when he got in that little trouble. All right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever the case may be, but I'm just giving you information that can help you to not waste your time. Because that's one that's almost impossible to bounce back from when somebody thinks you're disloyal. Number 2, family problems. Sometimes you have issues with your family where they get in your business, they talk trash to your dude, stuff like that. And this could cause the guy to say, you know what, I will never marry this girl because I never want to marry into this family. I never want to have to deal with your mother, your father, your crackhead brother, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to have to deal with the fact that they constantly find themselves in our lives. Now, if you're dealing with this kind of situation, it is one you can bounce back from by just separating yourself from the negative people in your family. Because if there are negative people in your family that's kind of all in your business, talking trash and stuff like that, to find anyone, you're going to have to separate yourself from them anyway. So it's not really like you're even making that sacrifice for that particular person. Those people will just ruin your life. Just to be real with you, they'll ruin jobs for you. Especially if you got like a crackhead in your family. Whoa, horrible. But your mom or dad or somebody like that is all up in your business. They can ruin every aspect of your life, especially your love life. So, that's something you can actually fix. But if you keep that going, that may disqualify you and cause you to have chunks of your life wasted by somebody who's just never really going to be serious about you. The number 3 thing that'll cause a guy to never want to marry you is finding out something really bad in your past, or what to him is really bad. And there's really nothing you could do about that. If there's certain things in your past that some guys may be turned off by, hey, that's something you did a while ago or whenever, even if you did it a week ago. A week is kind of close. But whatever the case may be, there's nothing you could do about it. So I really wouldn't worry about that. But this is just something to let you know that if you do tell somebody something about your past and they start kind of backing off of you and not really seeming like they're as interested as they used to be, this might be a situation where they have disqualified you because of something that happened in your past. And yeah, that may suck. And I understand, there's a bunch of people that are going to be like, that's wrong, forget him then. I get that. Then that's a time for you to withdraw and kind of pull back and say, okay, I may need to find somebody else. Because what I'm telling you this for is not to bash you or to say anything negative to you. I'm trying to help you from wasting your time, because I get too many emails from women who have wasted 7, 8, 9, 10, some cases 20 years, like I was telling you, with a guy who has disqualified them a long time ago. And I don't want to see that happen to you, because it sucks. And, you can't get time back. That's the one commodity that you can never get back. Anyway, the number 4 thing that causes guys to disqualify you from getting married, or will cause a guy to never want to marry you, is letting yourself go. A lot of guys don't, if they get one thing, they want to keep that, just like anybody else in the world. A lot of guys look at it like, okay, you're not going to take care of yourself anymore, and we've been in this relationship for like 2 years or a year or whatever the case may be, and now you're not taking care of yourself anymore. For a lot of guys, it's going to be a red flag to what you're going to look like after y'all get married. Okay, so you gained 30 pounds in the first 2-3 years we've been together. If we were to get married, you're probably going to gain 130. So do I really want to be around that? Okay, you don't dress very nice anymore, and you used to. Okay, you're not doing your hair anymore. You're not taking care of yourself. A lot of times, that's going to disqualify you, and you may not even know it. I know some women are like, well, that's superficial. Forget that. Well, what's the first thing you do when you break up with a guy? Be real. I used to work as a personal trainer, so I know what it is. First thing most women do when they break up with somebody is go to the gym and get themselves back in shape. They start buying new clothes and stuff like that to get back out in the dating world. So you got to think, if this person is marrying you and want to be with you for the rest of their life, they're going to want a certain thing, that they can count on. So you got to make sure that you do keep yourself up, because it's just something that you're going to have to do anyway if you guys break up. If you break up, you're not going to be able to take that same product that you become out into the world and expect to get a guy like the one you got. You're going to have to go take it back to the gym, start buying better clothes, spending more time on your appearance anyway. So why not just do that inside the relationship? Don't expect somebody that you've been with to be cool with something that you wouldn't try to spring on somebody new. That's something to always think about. Okay, and number 5, being vindictive. When you show yourself to be a vindictive woman, you are putting yourself in a position where a guy is probably never, ever, ever going to want to marry you. Because for better or for worse, or whether you agree with it or not, most guys feel like they have more to lose when they get married than women do. Now, I know some people are going to be like, that's not true. Well, it's perception is all that matters. It doesn't matter. If somebody believes something is true, it's true for them. So when you deal with a guy, he's going to feel like, if I was to marry you, this is going to give you access to more ways to be vindictive towards me. If we broke up for a little while and you slashed my tires, went off and did all this crazy stuff, then if we were together and we were married or something like that, then now you're going to go on my bank account, take out my money, whatever the case it may be. You're going to do things like that because you're just a vindictive person. So you have to think about that. Once you've shown yourself to be vindictive in a relationship, the chances of you actually marrying that guy have now decreased astronomically. And it may be a situation where you want to walk off and go find somebody else. Sometimes it's best to just go ahead and start over. And I'm just giving you some of these things. This is the reason why I told you some of these things that could have disqualified you. So now if you're in a relationship where you feel like you may have been disqualified, maybe if you can go back in your mind and remember something like that you might have done along the way, it may be a good time to just go ahead and get out or see if some of these things that if it may be one of the things that you could correct. If it's not, maybe just get out and don't waste 3, 4, 5 more years out of your life. Because what will happen is you keep getting older and older and older, and it becomes more and more difficult to find somebody when y'all do break up. So that's why I told you this information, because I don't want to see any more of you ladies wasting 10, 15 years with a guy, and then you come out, you're bitter, upset, and feeling lonely. I don't want to see that happen to anybody anymore. That's why I gave you that information. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chazz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also share this video with somebody else. Go to the ChazzEllisProject.com. Get that consultation, that quick question, or just make a donation to keep us going. It's your man, Chazz Ellis. Make sure you share this with somebody else. I don't know if I said that already. Whatever. Peace.